everybody. Welcome back to Best of the Month, where a few of us are going to tell you about some favorite new-to-us games we played over the previous month and why we liked them so much. January, for me, was kind of a slow month as far as learning new games that were really impactful, that I thought were amazing. But I did get to catch up on one game that most people have already played and really liked, and that was Scythe. I got to finally play Scythe, and it is really a fantastic game. It's a Euro game that is filled with theme and filled with it's sort of like the potential for conflict, the threat of conflict, of having something taken away, where the game definitely makes it a very interesting choice as to whether you should attack someone. It's clever. Everything really works together very well. My favorite thing in it is probably the way that the theme is incorporated into the game through its artwork. You have those cards that you'll draw a card, you'll look at a drawing and a beautiful painting, and it gives you some choices as to how you, in the game, interact with what's happening, not from reading a story of what's happening, but from looking at a painting of what's happening. And that's really cool and clever. So I liked it very much would recommend it. That is Scythe.
Hey, my game of the month is Santorini. Santorini is a two-player abstract game, which Z taught it to me, and I just fell in love with it. I love the fact you can play it over and over and over and over and over again. And every time it's different, that the different gods make each game feel like a different game. It's like an abstract sandbox where you're able to go in and say, how does this one work? How does this one work? And then the expansion adds even more. There's not a lot of abstract games that hold my attention too long, right? Because, you have to get really deep into them. Santorini offers that deep play, but also offers that variety that I like in games. Like this time, it's like a new puzzle. How do I win with this god against the other person's god? Definitely fun, and it's also beautiful. Check it out, Santorini.
So everybody, welcome back to another Best of the Month. This month, January 2017, my favorite game of the month has been Far East War 1592. I picked this one because it's a great two-player game that can also be expanded to 4 players. There's no 3-player version in it, although you could play 3 players, no problem. Just split up the factions on one side and the other person takes all of the chips for the other. So it's possible, but the reason I like it is because there's a lot of strategic depth, but it's a very simple game to play. I like the action rondelle as well, so there's just so much in the game that I really enjoy. I had to pick it for this month's Best of the Month. Far East War 1592.
Hello, and my pick for the month of January is Clank, a deck-building adventure designed by Paul Denon and published by Renegade Game Studios. Now this game combines 2 of my favorite mechanics, which is deck building and push your luck. It has a little bit of a push your luck element because the deeper you dive down into the dungeon to get the more valuable artifacts, the harder it is for you to climb out of the dungeon. You might get caught by the dragon. Well, my game for the month of January, Clank, a deck building adventure. Check it out.
It's Roy Canny from Epic Gamer Night, and my best of the month is Masmora. This is a dungeon crawl game from Cool Mini or Not that's set in the Arcadia Quest universe, but this is a lot more of a take that game where you're rolling dice and trying to get experience points and leveling up your character and rolling all these cool chunky dice for the monsters that have all sorts of different things that the monsters could be. It's a super interesting game. I had a lot of fun playing it this month, and I'm super excited to play it a lot more. So for me, my best of the month is Masmora.
Howdy folks, Rebecca and Hunter here from Two Player Showdown, and our game of the month is Great Western Trail.
Great Western Trail is an awesome game with hand management, deck building, and tile placement, all wrapped around a nice cattle drive cowy goodness.
Get along, little doggy.
Hi guys, 2017 just started, but already started with great games. This month, new to me, Clank. Love the game, hope to play it more soon. And Cottage Garden, nice. But my game of the month is Santorini. It's an abstract game that they turned into a board game with miniatures. I love the game so much that I started painting the miniatures, and that means the game has to be good. It is an abstract game, and they used to have wooden pieces, but they redid it, and they really did a great job. They added God cards, giving players special powers, ways to bend the rules, so every game is different. It is a short game. You can play it with 2 people. I love it. I've got to show what I've got here. This is how a game looks like. So my game of 2017 January is Santorini.
Hey folks, Mark here. In January, we got an early look at the game Element from Rather Dashing Games. And let me tell you, this game really works for me. I had a blast. It's an abstract game where you're controlling the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and wind. And you're using those elements to trap your opponent's sage. And let me tell you, the artwork and components in this game are really well done. It hits a sweet spot of like 30 minutes. You can get multiple games in quick. Really, really enjoy this one. You should definitely give it a look and check out our review. So folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Hello, I'm Jason Peacock. As you can see, my best of the month is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is from IDW. This is both a company I didn't pay any attention to. Usually they've seemed to have poor quality components, and they haven't really had a lot of games that interest me. But this year they've been changing my mind. They released Arcane Academy early in the year, which I just adore, and they came out with this. I just expected it to suck, but I know better now. This is a deeply tactical, super thematic, very fun, short and sweet, one versus many game. It plays good 1 versus 1 with one person using the turtles. It's got a unique combat mechanic where you kind of use teamwork by sharing your dice symbols with other turtles. The villains are card activated. There's plenty of scenarios. They're all 2-board little fights going on. So you're essentially playing through a comic that shows you an outline of a scenario, and everything seems to be wonderfully balanced. So that's it. My best of the month, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shadows of the Past by designer Kevin Wilson and IDW Games. Thanks, guys.
And that's it for our best of the month this time, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you again in 1 month as we play some fantastic new games in February and tell you all about it. I'll see you then.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. Cool stuff in stock. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching the Dice Tower.